relationship is not about politics. Our relationship is a bond, definitely as musical brothers and as, individuals who have faced darkness and, faced hellfire.
Did your time spent in prison, did that make you stronger?
That entire experience definitely allowed me to be everything that I am today. I was wrongfully incarcerated. I was defending myself. I completely turned my life around at that point and was a full-fledged creative. And that entire journey, I spoke to a friend. I spoke to a friend this morning. She lost her husband recently, Kingsley Cooper. He's a friend of my father. I spoke to Romy, to the wife.
Romy.
Yes, this morning, and I was explaining to her, that I can speak from experience, because when you're incarcerated, it's as if you're dead. And my second album was called Godfather Buried Alive for that reason, because it's as if you're dead. And so, having experienced that and lived through that, I know what hell is like. I know what the worst pain that a human being can experience is like. But there is life after. There is a new beginning. There is a way forward. And so for me, definitely, I spent those 10 years finding that way forward, finding the meaning within my sufferings. I'm a very grateful person, and I've learned to be that. There is a saying in the Hebrew text when the Israelites, they talk about coming out of Egypt. And when we celebrate the Exodus, there is a part of the studies, the scriptures that says, it would have been enough had you led us out of Egypt. It would have been enough had you fed us in the desert with manna and with the clouds to protect us from the sun and the heat to protect us at night. So basically for me, the fact that I went from living in Belize in extreme poverty at a young age, I remember we didn't even have a bathroom. We didn't even have a toilet system. I used to have to carry the bucket of manure to the canal and dispense it and bring it back. Then to go to the United States with an immigrant mother, single mother, extremely poor, and to go from that to being a millionaire by the time I was 18 and selling millions of records, doing what I love, making music and being recognized and being on the stage and being able to be a voice for the voiceless and to sing songs that address the social ills that I was facing. That would have been enough, right? All of my dreams came true in such a short period of time. So it would have been enough, right? So many people go their entire lives dreaming and hoping and wanting the same thing that all of us human beings, I think, want. And not all of us get it. Some people go their entire lives and they live a broken life by never having achieved the things that they had set out to. So the fact that I was able to accomplish so much at a young age, it would have been enough. And that is what carried me through my difficult times. And then to now be in a second life where I am, one step away from being the next Prime Minister of Belize. Definitely all of the challenges that I faced prepared me for where I'm at now.
Was it difficult for you to be embraced by the people of Belize after you went back home?
Well, I don't think I'm a fair comparison because I was a Grammy Award winning musician. And, when I was repatriated, I was at the height of my fame. I remember, when I returned to Belize, I was on Rolling Stone and MTV and Billboard magazines, and people from Universal Music flew down there in their private planes and gave me millions of dollars to keep recording. So I don't think that's a fair question to ask a person like me that has accomplished so much. It's not fair to a normal person under normal circumstances. I couldn't
So you're not a normal
I
person.
couldn't.
So
That's
in
not.
other words, a
No, but that's
normal
not.
person
That's
would
not a.
probably go through that in
Well,
Belize.
I don't know. I couldn't. It's not a fair question to ask me because I'm not in that position, right? As I explained to you,
Mm-hmm.
when I returned to Belize, I was at the height of my fame. Everybody wanted to sign me to another record deal.
Mm-hmm.
The proprietors of Universal Music flew down to Belize in private planes, and I did a $5 million deal. Normal circumstances don't happen like that for people who may be in that similar situation of being returned to Belize. So I really couldn't tell you. Um, I really couldn't tell you.
Music continues to be a part of you. I mean, that is something you can't escape. I understand that Vybz Kartel has announced that he will be in your country in 2 weeks. Is he revered by Belizeans? And is he expected to help you in your campaign, on your campaign trail,
He's
owing to the long-standing relationship you have
he,
had?
he's an icon, a global icon all throughout the Caribbean and throughout the world. So certainly people love him in Belize, especially the youth and people that grew up on him. Even at my age, I consider myself young, but I'm 45, be 46, 2 months. But our relationship is not about politics. Our relationship is a bond, definitely as musical brothers and as individuals who have faced darkness and face hellfire. Um, I definitely would like to guide him and to give him advice and to be someone that can ensure that maybe he doesn't make some of the mistakes that he has made in his youthful time, and that he could pivot and propel himself forward in a healthy way with longevity, and continue to create great music and just be impactful for his people here in Jamaica and people all across the world, to be an example. Don't expect him to be a politician like me, but just I'd like to be there for him because it's difficult when you are who you are and you accomplish a certain level of fame and notoriety and wealth. You can't trust people, you can't rely on people. Definitely in the entertainment business. That's what I'm saying. You asked me what I'm facing in politics. I'm not sure which one is worse, as far as some of the conniving and duplicitous people, But I've been through it all, and so the relationship for me is not about him campaigning for me. I'm more concerned with him being in good health and being in the right state of mind and continuing to bless the world with the music that we love so much. God has given him a second chance at life. His conviction was overturned. And you know, as I said to him in what I wrote publicly, sometimes life sits you still uh, to teach you. And I hope that he has learned whatever it is that he was supposed to learn in those 13 years, and that he will now prosper and progress like he could have never imagined.